You're like, do it. Talk
Dude,
your shit.
talk your
It's
shit.
on now.
It's on. It's time to do it. We're live.
Begin,
Oh wait.
guys.
Oh wait. We gotta start recording the actual. This is gonna be too interesting. Start recording video. We have
It's
to.
okay that we're live.
Yes.
Let it go.
No, but we have to get
Let it
the.
go. Let it be live.
We have to get the video so we can put it on Pornhub later. That's the whole point.
Oh, so you're also capturing
Yeah.
video.
So hopefully this works out the way I want to. If not, we can always just download the YouTube video and push it back up.
Cool.
Yeah. But we're here.
Hello, internet. Not
Mm-mm.
only are we here, but this is really about how many times we have motherfucking been here. 200. 200 episodes of Love and Chokes podcast. A podcast that would never have even had a single episode if it wasn't for the motherfucker I'm looking at right now. Young Anthony fucking Merville.
Hey.
What it do?
Hi people. How's it going?
It continues to go. So does that mean we are being broadcast live on YouTube?
Yeah.
Or is it like blocked or some shit?
No, I made sure it was open on YouTube.
Kaboom.
Yep.
So it's live. It's already happening.
Mm-hmm.
I'm honestly blown away that I've done anything 200 times besides roll joints or jerk off.
There you go.
It's an amazing thing that we've been able to remain consistent, especially when we added distance. And that is mainly a tribute to you and your infinite fucking patience. Anthony, I'm very, very pleased to ask you,
Yes.
what it do?
Not much. Just came back from Pittsburgh yesterday.
Just shoulder dancing? Your way back from PA?
Yeah.
Just shoulder dancing?
Shoulder dancing my way back from PA. Just living life. What about you?
Man, a few things are new. I don't know if the last time we podcasted, I had taken another job, another teaching gig. I have another teaching gig out here.
You did not mention it yet. We talked about it over the phone, but not in real life.
We talked about it in our real life,
Yeah.
but not in the podcast.
Correct.
It's difficult. The worlds they
merge.
So mergy and weavy.
Overlaps.
Yeah, all the overlaps. So yes, I'm teaching at Las Vegas Krav Maga and mixed martial arts, and I'm teaching a no-gi jiu-jitsu class, and it's mostly to people who have done MMA, and to people who are just starting jiu-jitsu.
Okay.
So I think one of the things that when I heard, oh, there's this Krav place and they're looking for someone to come in and teach, and this is like a homie to me. And when I say homie, I mean an older than me white cop.
Yeah.
That's what I mean by homie right now, just so we're
Nice.
clear.
Nice.
So my homie was like, hey, they're looking for a jiu-jitsu coach. I think you would be a great fit. Like, would you like to try it out? Come with me on Monday. So I went there, met all the people, met the principals, like the guy who owns it and other coaches. Everybody was so nice and so cool. And I was like, this is a place I could work, dog. Like, but I think a lot of times when there's other martial arts on the door,
Yeah.
right, the vibe can be weird.
Yes. For sure.
And the vibe was not weird. Like, the vibe was really, really cool and really, really welcoming. And I taught just like Ah move. That was a compliment to the move that my homie showed. And then I got offered the position, and I'm there Tuesdays and Thursdays now. And it's a blast. I've enjoyed my time there. And I see big things for some of those people, man. Like, I see big things for anyone that's willing to do the work. But there's some people that you just see, and right away you're like, hey, you got a little something there.
Yeah.
And there's a few of those in that room. And so I look forward to trying to impact them and let them see jiu-jitsu the way that I see jiu-jitsu.
Right. That's dope.
Yeah, dude. It's really fucking dope. He said I'm
a 3-job kind of horse. Look at me. I got 1, not 2, no, but 3.
Motherfucking Jamaican soon.
3, son. You see
I was gonna
me?
go straight Jamaican on these hoes.
I'm always working.
But yeah, there's other shit I still want to do. Like, I also had, and I won't name names because these people are like signed to organizations and shit, and I don't want to imply anything that's improper, or like maybe like I saw the interaction one way and it happened another way. Who knows?
Fair enough.
Right. But I took a class just as a student, hung out, trained, because I had nothing else to do. You know what I'm saying? Which
Mhm.
also made me realize something that I've already realized but hadn't acted on. And so after the class, somebody that I had just finished training with asked me like, "Hey, what happened right here and here?" And I was like, "Oh, dude, I just did this move." And then I hear somebody go, "That was beautiful." And I go, "I'll show that move to you right now." Like, you don't have to just think it's beautiful.
Right.
You can know that move in like 30 seconds. I can just teach it to you because you're an athlete. And if I show you something, you can probably replicate it like pretty easily.
Yeah.
So we discussed that move and a few other moves. And there are two of these athletes, like a male and a female. And it was the first interaction I've had with them besides like hello.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? The first on mat interaction. And I think that those interactions are starting to happen more frequently, and I'm starting to feel more and more comfortable in the space. And I have to be really, really frank, right? There's no reason like to hold back. Like our audience that really fucks with us,
Mm-hmm.
like they deserve to know exactly how I really feel. Like I do walk around my life with a chip on my fucking shoulder. Like there's no way of acting like that's not really there, right?
Right.
And being here for so long and not being able to teach on a daily basis has made me a tighter wound person. Like I know that. Like I'm used to expressing myself in a certain way multiple times a day about my favorite thing. And even though those things are still within my control 100%, there's a million ways to express myself
Right.
about jiu-jitsu that doesn't involve like who allows me to teach a class. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Like through content like this. Like there's a million ways that I could talk about jiu-jitsu that I just wasn't taking advantage of. But I'm really spoiled in a sense. And so I'm used to doing it a certain way, and I was getting resentful.
Like, no, why
And
was I teaching? Bah, 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 bah.
well, not why am I not teaching?
Mm.
And that's how you know it's actually resentful.
Yeah.
It wasn't like why aren't I good enough? That's not the thought that was in my mind. And that's like that thought isn't necessarily all that toxic. Because I can keep that inside and make me work harder.
Right.
The thought that was really in my mind is why the fuck is that guy? Why the fuck is that guy? Why the fuck is that guy? Like that's what I was thinking. And that's bullshit. That's bullshit. There's a million reasons why that guy. You just got here, motherfucker. There's a million reasons why that guy. You just don't know about them because you ain't been here. And we can debate about what is and who is and this and that. We can do all that debating. But like that attitude that I had is still fucking shitty. It doesn't change anything about like that not being the right thing. And so like when it just stands in sharp contrast to like the way that I've been received lately. Like since I got a little bit of the valve released,
Yeah.
it's been a little bit better. And now I think maybe people saw that thing, like my fucking shadow walking around with me, like just like slightly brooding all the time, even when I didn't know it.
Right.
Because like all of a sudden, people that I didn't even think know my name. Like I didn't know that Cody Garbrandt knew my name.
Oh, really?
I saw Cody Garbrandt the last couple of days,
Mm-hmm.
and the first day he said hi to me and was like, "What's up, man?" And I'm like, "What's up, Cody?" And he's like, "How have you been?" I'm like, "You remember me?" And he's like, "Of course I remember you." I was like, "Okay, cool." I did not expect him to remember me.
Right.
I hadn't seen him in a long time. Now I guess there's the internet, right? And he knows Jess.
Yeah.
And so he probably sees Jess's stuff and sees me and remembers and all that, and it all connects. I get that. But like I didn't actually think
It was possible.
that like yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't actually think that it was possible. And then like but he still didn't say my name. So for all I know, he was kayfabing me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I tell myself that because I'm an insecure piece of shit. And I'm like, I'm like, oh yeah, no way does he fucking know me. He just saw my face in Jess's story and was like, oh yeah, he's from Cleveland. I remember kind of,
Yeah.
right? So he's doing a photo shoot at Extreme today.
Mm-hmm.
And on his way out, he's like, all right, Branch, good to see you. And I'm like, oh, you fucking do know my name.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, my bad. I still kind of thought you didn't fucking know the kid. But it's like the less broody and like mean and like dramatic I am, the more things seem to be going the right way. And I just need to become a 5, 6, 7 job guy. 3 jobs isn't enough. It's not enough.
Yeah.
Not the way that I have them. Not the way that I have them. Not out here. I need way more jobs. If this is what I can earn off the jobs I have, I need more jobs. And I'm okay with that.
That makes sense. I think everybody needs to have like their whatever, like their social interaction, their, you know, personal interactions like that makes them not be walking around like the angriest person in the world. Like you just read like anything can set you off. Like what? What's going on? Like I had that moment this week. I was just like I was just happy because I got to just I was in a city that I don't go to and I got to interact with strange people, and everywhere I went I was just like talking to
Wait, now
people.
by strange, when you say strange people, do you mean people that you did not know or people
Both,
who are weird?
both. So people who I did not know, like I would just be like, me and some white guy bonded over, like we tricked the elevator so we didn't have to go down and then go back up. We just went up. It's like yeah, because we got on the wrong elevator. We went on the down elevator, so we just stopped it, held the door till it went away, and then we just went up. And so that was it.
You rebelled together.
Yeah, and we like high five,
You
like
fought the power.
yeah, like what's up, Whitey? And then yeah, we got excited,
You just hurt my rib.
and then
How dare you? How dare you refer to him as Whitey?
that's pretty much what it felt like. I mean,
You son of a bitch.
probably said the same thing about me. Hey, Blackie. I was like, yeah. We were like, hey, Whitey. Yeah, we hit five.
No, what he thought was, oh, what's up, my brother?
Yeah, probably, maybe.
What's up, brother?
Maybe.
Oh no, he's like a brother.
She's like a brother. Oh, the other thing I want to tell you about is insecure old men. That's the funniest thing ever.
Okay, tell me about insecure old men.
Like old men that have been married for a long period of time think that any interaction with a person of the opposite sex is automatically like she wants to suck your dick. Like I swear to God, like it's so ridiculous. You can have a
Is
conversation,
it older men,
or it's just I think it's
or is it just men?
I think it's I don't know. I really don't know because
I hear that sentence a lot. Like I'll be in a place where I do business,
yeah.
which is obviously a fucking academy, and I'll show something to somebody, and then somebody walk up to me and be like, "Hey," and I'll be like, "What?" And they'll be like, "Come on, man," and I'm like, "You come on, man."
What are you talking about?
The fuck? Be like, she wants the D. She needs the D. The D from D. And I'm like, no. One, she ain't getting that. That's off the market. I'm not a fucking purple belt no more, you know?
Exactly.
Can't be out here just slanging dick. Not a baby. But continue.
But it's just weird. Like I was just having a nice conversation with a bartender because I got bored chatting with everybody at work, and I was just sitting there, like drinking and talking and blah blah blah. And everybody's like, "Oh my God, I see what Anthony's doing!" Like all my coworkers, like it was like basically a mob of them, just walk from the back to the front and walk out, and they just look at me as they walk out, like it's some TV show they've never seen before. Like, "Oh, this is really good. What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? Oh no, we're missing it. We're missing it!" And they're out at the door. And then my boss comes to me, "Yeah, Anthony, you know you have a girlfriend, right? You can't be trying to fuck everybody. You just can't be walking."
Whoa.
I'm like, "Excuse me?"
First of all, sir, how is it your place to manage my relationship?
I think
think about how
I think he wants it either
that
or.
part of it.
He wants it to be either or. It's either like, hey man, either you're a good boy or you're just destroying the world. I want to watch you just destroy everything. Like,
Why do you want to watch?
because he wants to live vicariously through us.
Do I get a raise?
I think so. That's the thing. I think that's what would happen if I did that. If I still to this day, if I just told him that it wasn't my girlfriend I was talking to as I walked by, I might have gotten paid more.
I mean,
It's like,
these are things to think about, Anthony.
these are things to think about. I'm discussing tonight. I'm trying to get a raise, babe. I'm gonna have to figure it out.
In a world where my hourly rate is not what it once was, I'm telling you, you should probably do what you gotta do.
I said, hey man, I said I'm a killer. So we'll figure it out, babe. We'll go to counseling. So with that money, we go to counseling and move wherever you want to go. Shut the fuck up.
Like, I'm doing this for us.
Exactly. That's the scenario.
So here's another scenario.
Yeah.
There's a brilliant
Mm-hmm.
UFC main event on tonight.
Yes, there is.
/ today, depending on where you are in the world. And it features Justin Gaethje and Cowboy Cerrone.
Yes, it does.
Jesus H motherfucking Christ.
It's like let the roof on
That is a
fire.
scrap. That is a scrap. And somebody today asked me what I thought, and I was like, "What? I don't know." And then like when I heard it verbalized, then all of a sudden it became clear to me.
Yeah.
And I don't think I'm gonna say anything that someone else probably hasn't said, though I wouldn't know because I haven't been paying any fucking attention.
Oh, you talking about the eye
But
stuff?
no, I had nothing. I said nothing about eyes. Here's
Okay.
what I think. I think if Donald Cerrone can be disciplined, he can finish Gaethje because Gaethje gets hit a lot. So if he can be disciplined, he could finish him. But if they stand in front of each other, I think Mr. Gaethje gets the best of it. And so I don't know what I want to see. Um, I don't know what I want to see, but those are the two ways I see this happening. Like they throw down, Justin wins. Cowboy picks him apart and moves his feet and stays away from those leg kicks and counters them and finds some ways to hurt this kid a few times.
Mm-hmm.
He might be able to wear him down, but if he just bites down his mouthpiece and they both plant their feet, if one of them goes to sleep that way, I think it's going to be Cowboy.
So here's what I don't want to see. I don't want
What
to.
don't you want to see?
I don't want to see two dudes who are like, off like pit bulls that run into each other and they're like, "Oh, you're a pit bull? Oh, I'm a pit bull." And it's like, "Hey, we're gonna play patty cake for 3 rounds."
The same thing that happened when those two black dudes fought in the heavyweight division.
Same thing that happened with Israel Adesanya and Anderson Silva. Same thing that happened with a lot of people that are really good at punching people in
Yeah,
the face.
yeah, this happens.
Yeah. So
This does happen where two people become so quote unquote respectful of one another's styles and abilities that not a lot of action takes place. Like
right.
these things fucking happen. And that's difficult as an audience member, but then you gotta go straight to your nerd hat. You gotta like take off like the fan hat and put on the nerd hat the second that starts happening and see how much you can learn from it.
Right.
Like, otherwise it remains uninteresting. Like, and if you can't shift gears, you're gonna hate the fight. Like, because chances are you're gonna sit through the motherfucker anyway.
Right.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. No.
Like if you're a weirdo obsessed combat sports person like either one of us, like you're probably gonna watch it.
Yes.
Like, so you might as well figure out a way to enjoy it the most. And I think once it gets boring, you got to get weirder. Like you got to be like, oh, I want to watch this. I want to watch his feet.
Right.
And you just gotta just watch feet for like 30 seconds.
Just see how.
And then all of a sudden you'll get pulled back into the fight. It's more exciting again.
Yeah.
Like it's magic.
Yeah.
It's magic.
It'll be it'll be good regardless. I'm hoping that I want to see the surprise where Justin Gaethje just pulls out a shot, just takes him down. Like, hey, what's up, man? So I can wrestle.
I mean, it's a possibility. It's something he has the ability to do.
He's trying to talk to Khabib like, hey, man, I think I can mess up Khabib with my wrestling.
Do you see I'm kind of going through something over here?
Yeah, man.
I feel like, dude, I'm getting actually sore as we speak.
You need to talk.
Like, I feel like
what's going on?
I feel like my body is
Just
fucking trying to tighten and kill me right now.
That's not good. You need to go talk to those people at that scientist lab so they can run some tests on you.
No, I just need Michelle to rub me, I think. Like, Michelle's the masseuse that chills over at the Extreme. And she takes care of me. And I'll give her a little cash and she'll fucking put the pressure on me. And she's not even a big person. She's just really strong. She knows what she's doing.
All right.
I lifted the other day at Extreme. And then I did jujitsu, like right after, like training wise. I don't think I've done that in a long time, and I think that might have kicked my body's ass a little bit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm not debilitated. Like I'm fucking fine.
You can move.
And I'm like, God damn.
It's just
I'm like, God
tight.
damn.
Everything's tight.
Like everything yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't
rough.
feel so great though. Like I'll tell you that. Like
It's rough.
I felt better than I feel right now.
That's good. That's good. I was gonna say you gotta make
Let's
sure
see.
you gotta take care of yourself, dude. You know you're a hot commodity on the streets. You gotta make sure that hot commodity lasts for a while.
Whoa. A hot commodity.
Hot commodity. He said, Vegas is hot. But
In the streets.
They haven't checked Darren's temperature. They said it's hitting the red meter tonight.
Whoa.
Oh, that's silly.
That is a trip.
That's silly. Oh.
Okay.
So I think I
Yes.
figured out that EBI is the worst rule set to ever exist, or one of the worst.
What do you mean you figured it out, or you've changed your mind and now you feel this way?
I feel this way. I feel this way because I watched.
I figured it out. It's the worst ever.
It's the
Like
worst.
that's a bold thing to say.
It's the worst ever. It's like, I mean, there's stalling in, all of jiu-jitsu. I'll give it that. But it's like, hey, nobody really enforces, the interactions. Nobody gets like, there's no red card. There's no like, hey, you got to do this.
There really should be though.
Right. And that's one
But
thing.
continue.
That's one thing for sure. The other thing is the dumb rules at the end. I was a fan. I thought it was
The overtime rules.
the overtime rules, where you either get their back or you're in a spider web armbar situation.
So you're against the entire fucking idea of EBI because the thing that differentiates EBI the most from other submission grappling is that overtime, because it's one way, and they act like it's the only way, which is hilarious, but it's one way of guaranteeing some form of a winner.
Yes.
Like, so this is the same, the problem with fucking EBI is the same problem
With jiu-jitsu.
with fucking Eddie Bravo's jiu-jitsu.
Yes.
It's the exact same problem. So here's how you break it down. You see a problem. What's the problem in the jiu-jitsu? The problem in jiu-jitsu was jiu-jitsu guys can't control people's posture and are getting their asses beat in MMA.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So that was that's the problem. So what's the problem in submission grappling? The problem in submission only grappling is the matches take forever, and when sometimes like they put a time limit on that bitch, and then it's just a draw.
Yeah.
There's no winner, and it ruins tournaments, and it makes things hard to watch. It's not very watchable, right? Those are the problems that he saw. So what does he do for fucking jiu-jitsu? Well, for jiu-jitsu, he says, to control your posture, I must become something else, which is already whack as fuck to me. Like, I must become something else. I must be flexible to be effective is bullshit. That is not true. It's simply not true. So now you make something that's not true in your system. So you're already fucked up. But let's say it's just like Taekwondo, and if you want to get good at it, you've got to stretch. If you want to kick someone in the head, you got to stretch. Like, I've heard these fucking arguments from his marks before. Like, okay, fine, fuck it. Let's say we're doing Taekwondo now.
Mm-hmm.
Let's just have a really effective strategy for Taekwondo then.
Yeah.
So if we can put our legs over our head, let's see, why is that more effective? Well, it's actually not. So what you're doing now is you're binding yourself by your arms and legs to another person. So your arms are busy doing binding activities when your legs are stronger, more capable, and in a better spot to perform binding activities. It's dumb as fuck.
I agree.
It's dumb as fuck. So what happens with the fucking tournament? He sees the problem with jiu-jitsu being, okay, it's not that entertaining.
Yeah.
Which is something you can't really fix unless you fix an entire culture. Unless you make it so that it should be more like Japanese pro wrestling, where like you build the culture to believe that the wins and losses don't matter so much. And that it's about like fighting spirit and like the people's fucking personalities and like the moves they attempt and like who they are. And that's why you end up liking somebody. The same way, if jiu-jitsu was more like skateboarding and the way that we chose our icons,
Yeah.
and less like every other competitive sport where we just exalt the people who are the best, we'd be a much healthier, cooler fucking culture. It would be much cooler overall.
Yeah.
We need way more skateboarding in our culture and way less like boxing and fucking shoot amateur wrestling. That like best of the best culture is not good for jiu-jitsu. It's not a good idea because most of the people who will do this shit will never be good. If we're talking about that as the measure of good, like capable of winning international shit, if that's the measure of good, you're never going to be good. Attention podcast listener, 1% of you will be good. The rest of you by that measure will suck.
Yeah.
Does that make you want to quit jiu-jitsu? It might if you listen to jiu-jitsu. But don't listen to jiu-jitsu. Listen to me. It's a skateboard. You good. It's a bicycle. You good. You're going to scrape your knees. You're going to fall down. You're good, though. You know how you get good and how you remain good? Because you already are, essentially. You're already good. As you continue to get on the motherfucker. Like, and it doesn't have to absolutely define you, too. That's another thing that's weird about jiu-jitsu culture where, like, people act like if it doesn't absolutely define you, you're not real. You're not really into it.
That's everything.
Like
though.
I know, but a long motherfucking time ago, I made a video that was meant to serve the team of Gracie Humaita, right?
Mm-hmm.
But like, it's just a sentiment that I had about jiu-jitsu, and I threw their name on it to try to like pay homage and try to like be nice, but it didn't matter to them. So like, the idea was anyone who is alive should know a little bit of jiu-jitsu, should have a little jiu-jitsu in their life, and their life would be slightly better if they had some jiu-jitsu in their life. It doesn't have to dominate their life. You can do jiu-jitsu without being a jiu-jitsu guy. It's just something you do. Like, most people, if I walk into their garage, I can find a bicycle or a skateboard. Either both or one of those items is in your fucking garage. Now, are you a biker? Are you a skateboarder? No, you may not define yourself those ways. But you have these items and you're capable of doing these things. Very few adults in America can't ride a bike. How come we can't defend punches? Like, it's not that big of a deal. Like, I'm not saying it should be like mandatory military service. I'm saying it should be like a bike. It should be like fucking bicycle ownership, skateboard ownership. And if it were, and everybody was doing it, you would look at people differently. You would look for like style. You would look for vibe. People that like, you would look for somebody whose jiu-jitsu said what you were trying to say.
Right.
Instead of looking at like, he won, let me copy him. Let me copy his paper. Some fucking cunty bullshit. Like, you're trying to copy everybody's paper? That's what everybody's fucking DVD series are.
Yeah, it's like a hey.
It's like the fucking answers.
It's answers to the test.
I need the answers. I don't want the answers for the fucking test. That's why I spent my time doing that rear naked choke study by my motherfucking self instead of asking Henry for answers. Like, I don't want anybody handing me a fucking cheat code. I want to figure this shit out because I know it's logical. Because I know I can. And I believe that you can. And that's the fucking product that I'm making. Let's not keep it like fucking kayfabe. Like, keep it 100. Like, I'm gonna fucking sell people shit.
Yeah.
I'm not in this game just to like be a fucking hippie about it. I want to earn too, but I'm not gonna earn the same way these cunts earn. By selling you that bullshit. Selling you that shit that you really can't use because you're not good enough.
Yeah.
Like, real talk. You can have all the Gordon Ryan DVDs you want. Nigga, like, if you're not good enough to use those moves, they're not going to work for you.
Right.
So, instead of trying to be a clone, you should, like, look for people that express something that makes you feel, like makes you feel something. Like, that's literally how I picked my favorite jiu-jitsu guys when I was a white belt.
Dudes that made you feel cool.
Dude, Leo Vieira, Terere.
Jeff Glover.
Dudes that did cool shit. Yes, Jeff Glover.
Always cool. Like, you guys.
But old school Jeff Glover, honestly. I'm
not
anti-Donkey Guard. Donkey Guard and beyond, I'm not on it.
I think he has some back issues, and he's just going through some shit.
Whatever, I'm just saying. Donkey Guard Jeff Glover is not my Jeff Glover. The Jeff Glover that was color belt Jeff Glover coming up through the color belts.
Yeah.
That dude was an inspiration. An inspiration. On a deep level. Like, it was like, he's just this, like, he appeared white. I think he's white and Mexican. But it was just some dude who's not fucking Brazilian, which is the point.
Yeah.
Right? Out here. Smashing folks. Higher belts than him. Making it look cool, too.
Yeah.
Fuck. What a style that dude had. You know? Like, I think that's a healthier jiu-jitsu.
Yeah.
But that's just my opinion.
No, that's fair. That's definitely fair. Oh, yeah, the tournament.
Let's talk about the card a little bit.
Hold on.
Wait, what?
Finish my point.
Come on, bring it. What do you want?
But basically, stalling. It's the stalling. It's so bad. You can't stall. You can't stall till the end of the match. Like, your goddamn champion of combat jiu-jitsu stalled in somebody else's tournament doing EVI rules to get to the overtime to win. You can't be a combat jiu-jitsu champion and then do that. I understand there was no strikes involved. That's whatever. But come on, dude. All you got is one suplex and then your rear naked choke over somebody's face. Fine. You still lost.
That's how you feel.
And you probably could still whoop me, but it's okay. I'm gonna talk all the mess to you. My tournament's gonna be different. My tournament's gonna be actually no. I don't, well, my tournament should be. I think my tournament should be. You have everybody has 5 minutes. I don't care who you are, what's your skill level, what everything is. 5 minutes. First half. First
See,
half.
I like that. Short matches are awesome.
Yeah. First half of the match is if you get 10 points, that's double money. Second half of the match, if you get submission, that's double the money. So the first 2.5 minutes, if you finish in 10 minutes, if you finish in 10 points or submission, then you get double the money. Second half is only the submission. At that point, it's just after that point, if you don't do it in the first 2.5 minutes, it's not a skunk fest. It's not something that's so close that I can't what's it called? It's not so close that like I won off this point. No, it's either you win by submission, or we have to go through and be like, all right, yeah, we'll use the points afterwards. But it's 10 points specifically for the first half, and then double money for everything. Double money for submission. Yeah, double money for submission.
Double the cash?
Yeah, double the cash for submission because it's like it should incentivize you to submit people. It shouldn't incentivize you to play bottom all the time, but it should incentivize you to submit people.
Ooh.
Yeah, because there's a difference. There's a difference between playing bottom and being free and making mistakes, and actually being good and having a process where you start and finish in a position where you should be.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree.
The other thing
Cool.
we should do
What's the other thing?
is just have like a pay-as-you-go gym membership. You just have a little card that you fill up, like $60, and then every class costs X amount of dollars. You show up, and you don't have to spend it all. You don't have to be signed up for $1,000 or for $1,000 for the year. You just give me here's your little prepaid, little cool save card. And
Well, there are things like that, but they're usually not based directly on money. They're usually based on classes, right?
right.
Like people will say, like you can buy 3, you can buy 5, you can buy 10. You know what I'm saying?
That's
like it would almost be like, yeah, I don't know. I think 10 is the only increment you can really do them in. Because after that, like you're paying so much that like you should just pay for the fucking monthly gym fee.
I get it, but I get it. But some people, like you said, like how you said bicycling should be, everybody should know it. But like a bicycle, everybody has one, and it's in the garage somewhere getting dusty. So just like that.
Right. No. Yes. That's what I'm saying. So so if you have a 10-pack, right?
Yeah.
Then whenever you feel like doing some shit, which would average out to like a little bit more than once a month.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, a little bit less than once a month. Like every 5 to 6 weeks, you would do jujitsu.
Yeah.
I think that's enough jujitsu for a person just to like learn something, meet some people, and especially like say you're already like a blue belt, right?
Yeah.
But like now you got like 50 kids and a job, and then what happens is they say I don't have time, or I don't have the money. And what they really mean is they don't have the time to be there 3 times a week so they can keep kicking Billy's ass without Billy getting any closer to whooping his ass.
Right.
And they don't have $160 to go through their bank account every month on the same day because last time it went through, there's something bouncer. This is what they're thinking. And that sounds like real shit.
Yeah.
That sounds like real shit, but it's not real shit.
Oh.
Because what it means is you have these expectations on how you will do that you're basing on whether or not you're going to train on. It's the same thing when people are like, oh man, should I lift before training? And I was like, why not? And like, I'm sore right now, right?
Yeah.
So they would say that might be why not. But that's not what they're afraid of. What they mean to say is, can I still kick somebody's ass if I'm a little tired?
Right.
And I'm like, well, maybe not. Like, you might get whooped if you lift. You might lose all your rounds.
Yeah.
You'll be tired.
And you should.
You won't have the same. Yeah, and it's fine.
Yeah.
Do it.
Yeah.
Like, that doesn't necessarily need to be your daily practice. But if that was the only way it fit into your schedule, that wouldn't be a reason to quit. But also, like, when it doesn't fit into your schedule, it fits into your fucking schedule. You just have to have a little heart-to-heart with yourself about how much time you can put into it and what that means about outcomes and getting fucking comfortable with that and getting right with it and then being like, you know what? I'm going to train once a fucking month. It's going to cost me $10, maybe $20, maybe $40 if I live in New York City. See what I'm saying?
Right.
And you can do that. Anyone can do that. So like that might not be a good way to pick up jiu-jitsu, like as a white belt. I don't necessarily think you should do it that way. I think you should get your blue belt, and then once you're a blue belt, there's no reason to fucking quit jiu-jitsu after that. There's literally no reason to quit. None. There's just a reason to do it very, very sparingly. 4 times a year, you still didn't fucking quit.
I think that's a good idea.
I'm just keeping it real.
Yeah.
Like people say the fucking craziest shit to me. I haven't been in the game for 15 fucking years. Like, I've seen a couple things. I've watched people quit. I've also watched people come back. And I've watched people stay in the game, and I've watched people be in the game way longer than me and do more. So, like, there's a full range of possibilities.
Right.
Which means there's a full range of fucking possibilities, and you don't have to quit. You can find something in that range if you want to. Most people don't want to. Most people don't want to. And that's all right. Most people aren't willing to dump their girlfriend so they can get a raise at work. No, I'm kidding. But if they were, what if they were?
What if they were? All right.
Somebody might say, you're just not ready for that.
Maybe. Maybe.
No, I'm kidding. I'm really kidding. I'm just being an asshole. I miss Donald, and I have to be mean to him, even if he can't hear me.
Somehow.
It was just his birthday, so I had to be mean to him. It's my homeboy Keitao's birthday today.
Nice.
Shout out to Keitao. We'll see you soon.
Yes.
Fucking, we're doing a quick homeboy roll call. One of my best friends also from like grade school, like from like 5th, 6th grade until now. My boy Josh. He's in Vegas with his brother. I had dinner with him last night.
Nice.
That was a trip. Like, it's not a trip to see Josh. It was a trip to see Aaron. Like, it was a trip to see his brother.
Gotcha.
Because, like, he was a senior when we were freshmen, so there was always that actual older brother kind of feeling.
Yeah.
Like, we definitely annoyed him. Like, we were definitely in his way. Like, why the fuck are we in his house, honestly? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
That's funny. That's really
like, from
funny.
his perspective, like, there's no way I was a cool dude. Like,
Yeah.
from his perspective. But then we're old.
Yeah.
And he's like, hey, what's up?
He's like,
It's like,
hey.
It was really nice. He was fucking awesome.
That's awesome.
It was awesome. Yeah. So shout out to Aaron as well. We got to give shouts out in the 200th episode. You can't just do 200 episodes, do 0 shout outs.
All right. Shout out
That
to
doesn't seem appropriate.
Shout out to Coca-Cola. Shout out to the Cleveland Power Company. Shout out to
I
Crayola.
don't know if those are as appropriate as mine.
Oh, okay.
But no, it's fine. Corporations are people.
Yeah, they are.
This is America.
Yeah. Goddamn cocksuckers. All right. So UFC fight.
Sir.
UFC fights.
Yes. So we discussed the main event briefly.
Yes.
Quick recap.
Gaethje.
Cowboy wins if he has an excellent strategy that can take Justin into deep water and keep his legs safe.
Correct.
Gaethje wins if they plant their feet and swing for the fences. That's my take on it. And then there's a Glover Teixeira fight, which I believe is the co-main event. The
Yes.
problem with that is that I met Glover, and he was super nice to me, and I don't know what to say about this other young man who I don't know who he is.
Yeah.
But here's what I think is weird and notable.
Yeah.
When you watch Glover Teixeira fight, I've never seen a dude look so slow while being effective
Yeah.
in my life. So he's doing something that I'm not seeing. I'm just being really straight. Like, he's doing something that I'm not seeing in order to be successful, and I want to see him do it again so I can start figuring it out. I want Glover Teixeira to win for completely selfish reasons. He's nice,
He's nice.
and I want to see how he does it, because this is not me being like, I'm not trying to be like underhanded. Like, his movements to me appear slow,
Yeah.
but they work.
Mm-hmm.
They work. And that means that, like, as I'm slowing down, because I am, that maybe one day I can still be effective when I'm slower than I am today.
There you go.
It gives me some motherfucking hope, Anthony.
Yeah.
And so to keep hope alive, we go with Glover Teixeira by decision, which will give me lots of time to figure out what the fuck he's doing.
That sounds fair. We also got to get you on the TRT tour and the and the.
Let's not accuse anyone of anything.
I'm saying I need we can we're sponsored. We are inspired by Joe Rogan. We want the stem cells and the TRT. Tennis style.
Give me that Seth Daniels.
That too. That too.
Well, didn't he say that?
Yeah, he's like, I'm on steroids. He's like, I love steroids. He said, I couldn't live my life without steroids. Like,
Did he really say those words?
yeah, he said those words. Like, I'm on steroids. Like, everybody's on steroids. I'm on steroids. I need steroids. Like, literally, like my body, my testosterone counts like a 7. Yeah,
Oh, what a hero.
exactly. So good for him.
Not a lot of people that are in jiu-jitsu are that open about it.
No, he's a little too open. Talks about his tattoo.
Perhaps.
Yeah.
But if I were... Wait. Does he have... What are you saying? He's too open.
He talks about everything. He talks about like, yeah, man, the reason why I got these tattoos because they were supposed to go on somebody else, but somehow they ended up on me.
What does that mean?
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like,
They were supposed to go on somebody else.
These are somebody else's tattoos, but they got on me.
Like they rubbed off? Like, is that a joke?
No, it's serious. He's like, I don't even know why I have some of these tattoos on. That's what he says. It's pretty funny.
Okay, I'll have to listen. Because I'm sure there's a nuance in there being lost right now.
There is. I don't pay attention.
I hope that's a joke. I hope that's a joke. All right, so.
Got Todd Duffy.
I have Glover.
Yeah, you have Glover.
I have Glover. And then there's Todd Duffy versus Jeff Hughes, correct?
Yes.
So, I don't know Jeff Hughes, but I know of him.
Mm-hmm.
Because he's from Ohio. And he used to be on a team that I was familiar with, and now he's on another team that I'm familiar with. And Todd Duffy, I see that dude every day. Like months ago, he was like, "I think I'm gonna fight your boy."
Yeah.
And I was like, who? Or who? Who?
I was like, what are you talking about?
I think I'm gonna fight your boy, and I'm like, I don't know this dude. And I don't think he's their boy either. But whatever. And he was right. So he saw this coming. So there's a good chance that he's very well prepared for this. There's also a very good chance that if he saw this coming, that Jeff Hughes saw this coming and is just as well prepared. So two giant dudes who have known that they were going to face each other for months and months, well before this was announced to anyone, or even themselves. I think it was one of those writing on the wall things.
Right.
Like A plus B, you know what? They're probably going to do this. And then that's what they did. I'm going to go with Duffy. Go with Duffy?
Okay.
Yeah. And I think this ends in the second round. It goes one round. They learn about each other. Second round, something catastrophic happens. Something. Boom.
Just magic.
Well, not magic. We're talking about heavyweights. So it's just something big because they are big.
Collisions. Let's see.
Collide, collapse.
Let's see.
Somebody once said.
The only other thing that would be kind of interesting is Uriah Hall versus Antonio Carlos Jr.
It's literally everyone that I see every day versus somebody else.
Yes.
That's what this card should be called.
Mm-hmm.
People who use the PI at the exact same time as Jess and her friends versus
strangers.
Some motherfuckers that they know and some motherfuckers they've never heard of.
Semi-strangers.
Yes. I mean, Uriah Hall's a fun guy to have around, right?
Yeah.
And I don't mean in my day. Yeah. I mean in the UFC. I want to see him spin kick a motherfucker in the face.
Yeah.
He can do that sometimes.
He can.
And he's had some other performances that were quite memorable. And so I like to see him stick around. And losses don't help you do that. So let's go.
Yep.
Uriah Hall. Let's say Uriah Hall by finish. I'll say by finish in the second. That's the theme of the night.
Second round finish. Bum, 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 bum.
That's how I'm calling it. Now, do we have any weird news?
We do, but there's also something interesting that you may want to know about is that Tyson Fury fights tonight.
Oh, right, in Vegas.
Yes.
That's a good point. I had completely forgotten about Tyson Fury.
Mm-hmm.
That's so fun. That's probably happening right now too.
Yeah, it happens at they fight at 8 your time.
Okay, cool.
Hmm.
That's so convenient. Everything's happening.
Yep.
Oh,
And you can watch it on ESPN
fantastic.
Plus.
Cool.
ESPN Plus sponsor us.
Or somewhere else.
Someone else. Anybody. Give us money. So you want some weird news?
I need the weird news.
All right. So what do you want to hear? Sad or happy? Happy.
Sad or happy?
Yeah, sad or happy, and then the happy turns into sad.
You're like, let me give you two choices, and both of them are the same choice. This is a fucking horror movie. Well, let's live the whole thing. A good horror movie starts out happy because it has to make you love the baby face, and then it gets real sad real fast and gets worse. So let's do the happy, then sad.
Okay. Well, the happy has themes of horror in it because it involves a clown.
Yes!
It involves a clown. So
Oh.
a New Zealander takes a clown to redundancy meeting. So I'm guessing a nice way of saying redundancy meeting is a meeting where you're going to get fired. So he got himself an emotional support clown because he knew he was going to get fired. So he paid $200 to bring this clown in to his job. And so basically, while they were firing him, while I was just firing him, the guy would squeak his nose, make balloon animals, and then
They try to make it all okay.
yeah, well, yeah, we're just trying to make
This nigga got a portable safe space.
Yeah.
That's what he did.
Yes, we did.
The solution to like you're gonna fire me is like I'm gonna have to bring a
You're
clown
gone
with
in.
me
Yeah, so
to make sure I'm okay.
yeah, so the clown started mocking his boss, started crying, and as he was getting his
That is all kinds of depressing.
it was like it ran smoothly.
Damn.
Yeah, so it was like I don't think he's sad about it. I think it's just sad to be like, damn, I lost my job.
It's sad that was needed.
It was.
It's sad that was needed.
I don't know if it was.
Losing your job's not a big deal.
See, I'm thinking.
Needing a fucking emotional support clown's a big deal. Like you can recover from losing your job. Can you recover from needing a fucking clown to follow you around? Like,
I don't know if it was.
I don't know.
I don't know if it was like that. What's it called? Like it was. Like it was like, oh,
The distance between employed and unemployed, I don't think is that big.
You telling me that?
And the difference between I need an emotional support clown and lamppost scratcher are non-existent. They're the same thing.
If you're telling me that you couldn't have like, what would be your version of this? Like if you couldn't have like a prostitute just sucking dildos in the background as you were getting fired from your job, you wouldn't do that?
I mean, okay, now, if you truly believe that I'm ribbing my boss and seeing a loophole, like, hey, I can have an emotional support hooker.
Yeah.
And I'm entitled to do that. And you know what? I feel really uncomfortable unless she's sucking my cock.
Yeah.
And so I'm gonna stand in front of you. As you fire me, I'm gonna receive fellatio in an effort to keep myself in a state where I'm safe. Because if I don't receive fellatio immediately, I can hurt myself or others.
Yeah. Exactly.
I can't believe I got that out.
Yes.
I can't believe I said all of those words.
Yes.
I've been trying to kill myself all day, but I think that finally killed me. I think that's. I'm kidding, by the way. I'm not. Just in case anybody's listening and they get like, what? Like really? Like no, not really, but yeah. Like in DMs, I was saying that to somebody earlier. I was like, man, I just kind of want to kill myself and everybody around me, like for miles and miles, and there's no reason for it. Like I just feel like doing it. Like, but I was just kidding around. Anthony.
Yes. Ready for the sad.
200 times we've been here.
You do not dare end it yet. We still have to do the sad.
What?
We still have to do the sad episodes.
Oh, we still have to do the sad one too?
Yes. So basically.
All right, bring it on.
Have you ever seen Have you ever seen the movie 50 First Dates?
Is that like Drew Barrymore and Adam Sandler?
I don't know who Drew Barrymore is. You have to show me a picture.
Well, have you seen the movie 50 First Dates?
That is Drew Barrymore. I don't know people by names. I know by faces. I'm like, oh, that's Drew Barrymore.
Okay, so is the answer yes?
Yes.
Okay, I saw that movie one time. Yeah.
So there is a college, a former teenage athlete who got kicked in the head when somebody was crowd surfing, and now every 2 hours her memory resets.
Every 2 hours?
Every 2 hours, she has to carry a notebook around with her. Every
Like
two.
Memento.
Yeah, she has to, every time she has to walk around. She can't like she has to carry a timer in her hand that reminds her that she's like that's 2 hours about to come soon, and then it's gone. Her memory's gone, and she has to have a notebook in front of her in those 2 hours.
No, how much of her memory?
Seems like let's see, with all time.
Is it like it can't be like you don't know who you are, you don't know how to walk, you don't know what your name? You know what I'm saying? Like some things have to be retained. Otherwise, like that notebook would have way too much shit in it, and by the time you were like, "Wait, where's my mom?" it would just reset again, and you'd be in some weird loop. You'd be in a psych ward somewhere. If you're able to walk around and shit, like it's probably your short-term memory, and so like you have to work diligently to keep it with you.
See, they don't go into exactly.
I mean, it's a neat story the way that it's told,
Yeah.
right? Like she loses her memory.
So
It's like, well, what parts of it?
well, I think so. Like, I think it's like so.
What is this motherfucker forgetting?
So basically, this is what it is that every day in her mind is June 11th.
What? Like Groundhog Day?
Yeah.
That's dark.
Teenager wakes up every morning thinking it's June 11th as her memory resets every 2 hours after she was kicked in the head. So that's where. So basically,
Oh, man.
June 11th of her life, at like, I guess whenever that was. I don't know if it was this year or last year, but imagine it must be this year.
Poor fucking kid.
She has to go through life like forgetting everything. So it's, yeah. What happened? Come back, computer.
Everything's fine.
There you go.
I'm plugging in the phone. I have to stop this, right?
Darren is gone. He will be back shortly. Don't worry, people.
We had a battery issue.
Yes. He's coming back in. He is in the room. He is visible.
Yeah, we had a battery issue. Things had to be stopped and plugged in, and restarted. And restarted really only so that we can bring things to an actual end.
Yes.
There he is. Now I see you as well.
Hey.
Good stuff. There you are.
There I am. Here I am.
So do we conclude with the sad one?
Yeah, we concluded with it. Basically, her life is sad for every 2 hours for the rest of her life.
Yeah, but like we don't have enough information.
Well, like I'm saying, I'm thinking it's just like that, like the 50 First Dates, where it's like she remembers everything up until
Except
everything after June 11th. So like she doesn't.
Okay.
Yeah.
I understand. So like you still know your name, but like yeah, you're like looking forward to going to this show, and all of a sudden it's like, wait, nope. A lot of time has passed. Like you're not going to any fucking show. You have stuff to do today.
Yeah.
Love you.
Yeah.
It's like, wait, what? I'm 35, bitch. It's fucking crazy. That's fucking crazy. I'm grateful that nothing like that has ever happened in my mind.
Right.
Because I've done a lot of things that could have damaged my brain, and I'm lucky that I'm not in that kind of condition. Anthony,
Darren.
it is nigh.
It has.
We have done it.
We have.
Episode 200. Audience, thank you so much. We fucking love you.
Mm-mm-mm.
For your patience, for your fucking loyalty in the streets. Our loyal listeners, however many or tiny you may be, we fuck with you. We fuck with you super, super hard. And you'll be the first to know when new shirts are out. You'll be the first to fucking know when the fucking gimmick is done. Because that's how hard I fuck with you.
Ooh.
Soon, Anthony and I will be watching Abu Dhabi.
Yes.
And we'll be telling you things about that as well. So stay tuned for that shit.
Yeah.
Anthony, do you have anything to share with these motherfuckers?
Nope.
Then that's that. Goodbye, Internet. XOXO.